And normal people don't seem to care pay much attention to anything unless you spell it out that way. If you walk into a garage and a guy doesn't fix your car, he says, I have it Wednesday for you. So, okay, and you come back Wednesday. He says, Thursday for sure. And you come back Thursday, and he says, why don't you come back Friday? I'll have a guy on it for sure. You keep coming. He said, you're the guy that doesn't give a shit. You've got 10 million other people who want the car right now. So the first delay is you come at them, but not angry. You say, God damn it, I brought my car here because you said you'd have it Friday. I've got other things to do, but you're not angry. But look angry. He gets angry. Okay? Now, in the real world, you can't get anything done with gentility. No, price is sure, let it go. We'll make another one. But in your world, you can't do that. So you have to generate the action pattern required by the person you're dealing with. Okay? All right. Now, in dealing with this whole thing of anger, what is it that happens to you when you get angry? It means the event occurred so suddenly, and the event, it means, was outside of your range of expectation. Is that right? The kid leaves his roller skate on the front stoop, see, and your boss is over for dinner. And he walks out and he falls flat and breaks his hip, see? Well, the reason for the great excitement is it was outside of your range of expectation. Isn't that right? Now, what should be included in the range of expectation? You can't go out and sweep the area before the boss walks out. You can't take care of all those things. Now, when the boss falls and breaks his hip, you don't say, obviously a roller skate being in the path of your step will produce that result. The hardness of the concrete, the non-yielding hip, the condition of the bones, the result is complete severance of the joint. Obviously. See? Now, the guy doesn't say, another truism. He gets angry. Right? So, if something happens beyond the range of control, you do all you can to help the person with the language they're using. I'm so sorry. Set the hip. Pick up the phone. Call the ambulance. What a terrible thing. How careless of me. Meantime, bandage the thing. Do whatever you can. But the words must be there. Because if you just bandage them, take care of them, call the ambulance, which is all you can do. The very fact that you're sorry is obvious. Well, to me it is, anyway, no matter what a person does. So it means that in terms of events that happen, here's what you have to do now. You have to wait till the next thing happens. When you bring a bowl of soup to your boss and you spill it in his lap, accidentally, you say, what have we here? You know what that means? To yourself. What have we here? A bowl of soup from the boss's lap. What is required? This happened so fast. Oh my God, how awful. You get towels and everything. But don't just get the towels and talk about the left and he says, aren't you sorry? You say, yes, but that's not going to dry it off. The towels will, so let me get the towel. See? Or you see an older person trying to change a tire, got a flat on the highway, so you're having difficulty changing it. Just get over there and change the goddamn tire. We just, thank you, young woman, you're fine, God bless you, and all that. Don't say, well, I don't need that shit. No, just change his tire and say, well, it's a pleasure to help a friend or a man in need. You see, do that. I don't really think that way anymore. I just help him change the tire. You know, and when he says, God will bless you today, I said, may God bless you from here on out. Go all the way. Wishing a person a happy birthday is a nothing thing, but doing something for the person is a something thing. Getting angry is a nothing thing. Now you have to ask yourself, how many nothing things a day you do? What a fantastic list that would be. There's probably one area that you might check, which is doubtful. So we do a lot of nothing things, and we're not used to the idea of the unexpected. So whenever a negative incident occurs, try it. What is the most appropriate thing to do? Well, what happens automatically? You get angry. That's automatic. That's because the way you were brought up, no one ever stopped you. So if you work with children, what you do is when they get angry, when something happens, I always say that you wanted to go to a movie this afternoon. If you continue the anger, it's no movie this afternoon. So they go like this. I ain't angry no more. Then that lower lip comes out again. Then they start crying again. Then they say, uh-oh, no movie tomorrow now. You just wiped out tomorrow. Then they wipe their eyes up. So what you do is you reinforce the wiping of the eyes and the away from anger. And once a kid does it, then you buy him an ice cream cone, you take him on a merry-go-round. He says, Jesus, you got over that anger real fast. And you might say, Well, that's because I'm getting bigger now. See, whatever they say, that's terrific. Reinforce the elimination or minimization of anger. Is that clear? But if you spank the child for crying, this is no way to do it. Or just by saying, you're an older boy, you don't want to cry like that. You see, you reinforce them for the cessation of the action that you want to see phased out. Now, if you do that very early, that child's going to have trouble in the world. Because when that child is working on something and it breaks, the child sweeps it up. The teacher will say, very interesting, stoic, no feelings. The teacher will think that it's normal to get angry, that every normal, natural reaction is to get angry. And they think there's something wrong with you. They think that you don't have any feelings. If you don't have any feelings, you wouldn't be sanding the surface and trying to make it smooth. You wouldn't be trying to do a good job. Or if you turn on your radio control and the airplane crashes, you do what the hell's the name of that agency that inspects air crashes?
FAA.
All right. What they do is that they go over the airport and they photograph the area of the wrecked plane. See the broken wing and the tail over here and one engine here, and they measure the marks in the mud, and they try to reconstruct what happened. But they don't come. They might say it's a terrible crash, it was horrible, but their job is to reconstruct what happens. Now, if you get angry, or if you get mad, or if you become emotional, very emotional, you can't help a person too much in a situation. In other words, if your little girl falls off a bridge in the water 50 feet below, like, oh my God, well, you just jump in the water. If you can swim, you try to get her ashore. Or you hold something out, throw a tire over, or throw something in the water. But if you get angry, your judgment becomes impaired. You understand what I mean? You can't do the best job. So the best kind of anger, I'm saying this, you don't get rid of the emotion of anger. You convert it to another pattern of going into the water, calling for help, picking up a long stick, doing things. In a boat, if there's fire at sea, before you jump off, you throw over empty cans, everything that'll float. Anything, a rubber balloon, a tire, just throw those things off the boat. And that's the first thing, because you can't tell the other people start instructing them. So there's something to hang on to. Now, if the boat bursts into flames and you're terrified, all those minutes before the boat sinks, you've rendered no service for people that might be in the water. Does that make sense to you? So we would like to see people of the future never getting angry. But what happens, they do have feelings, but their feelings are converted to an action pattern. Some people come to these sessions think that I don't believe in feelings and I don't believe in emotion. I believe in all those things, but I'd like to see them converted to a useful action pattern. So the next time you get angry, or begin to get angry, like I said in many sessions, anger does not start like this. You're angry. Something happens. You start, and then you blow your stack. So somewhere down this line, as you begin to feel the tension going up, you say, no, wait a minute. That's when you do that. That's when you begin to evaluate the system. So when you get angry, it means you don't understand what I'm talking about. Or you understand it linguistically, but not behaviorally. Now, that's going to take you a little while. You have to walk with one foot forward. If I had you in an environment, I would generate situations. And then you start laughing every time anything happened. I'd spill tar in your lap. Then when you put Rita out of what we call the school of hard knocks, the boss takes a scissor and cuts her hair, and she takes a scissor and puts it down, and she names a good psychiatrist, but she doesn't get angry anymore, because once the situation is done, the only time you get angry is when someone attacks you physically. When they touch you, grab you, then what you do is your anger then becomes converted to strategy. Strategy means, how do I get rid of this situation? How do I defend myself? Instead of saying, so say 6 guys get you behind an area and say, okay, baby, take off your clothes, you see? And you say, Jesus Christ, we can have more fun in my apartment. I got everything showered, you try things like this. Besides, you look like a good fuck, you see? What the hell are you doing? So you have them come over, and then you wait for an appropriate, if you can do that. If you can't do that, you can't do it. You understand it? Now, when they get through with you, you say, he was terrific. When we see each other again, you guys are terrific. See? Now, you can't make it. You can't make it by saying, I'm going to go to the police, I'm going to tell them what you did. They'll choke you to death, because you can identify them. Now, of course, in the reports, everyone will say you enjoyed it. You understand what I mean? You get all kinds of problems. Do you want to live? You know what I'm getting at? Okay. What do you want? Now, if your daughter